Welcome to Quarantine Stories, Lockdown Stories, Bedtime Stories, In-Arm Stories. Welcome to Just Stories. What's happening, people? I have missed you a lot. Have you missed me? Well, I missed you, irrespective of that. With that, let's start off with today's episode. Today's episode is Season 1, Episode 22. Episode 22. So, for the special episode of 22, we're gonna do something very interesting. We're gonna do a prequel of the Pied Piper, and it's gonna be called as the Young Pied Piper, and how Pied Piper came to being. The villainous story that he has. I'm gonna make it very nice, and for that I'm using the help of these transparent gloves during this lockdown time. I hope you're doing that too and following this. And children, whoever are seeing this, please use these gloves, because these are my, how Superman or Batman have their gloves. Similarly, these are Captain Quarantine gloves. Alright, with that, let's begin with today's story. We will start off with the Pied Piper story. The Pied Piper story is in the town of Hamlin in Brunswick, where he chases all the rats away, and there is nobody in the town ready to pay him. So what he does is he gets all the children and takes away from them, and only one child returns. That's the story that everybody knows of right now. Let's go back where the Pied Piper was a young person. He was not even a Pied Piper. Let me take you to that time where that young person was in the kingdom of Persia. He was under the king's favorite people. King's favorite people. He was a boy. He used to help people around, and he used to sing for the king and make the king smile. So the king liked him a lot, and he wanted the young piper. Now the young piper was not a piper, so let me name him. His name was Shafir. So Shafir was in the king's court, and he was a young boy, and he used to go around talking to people, and everybody loved him. You know why? Because the king loved him. When the king loves you, it's like when the manager loves you, the entire team loves you. So it's one of those things. They listen to you. So wherever he used to go, let's say he used to go to the wise men, he used to listen. They used to share their stories, and he used to listen and learn from them a lot. And then he used to go to the music masters. That's when he found his passion of the flute, and he discovered the flute, and he started playing, and he started learning how to play that instrument from the music masters of the king's court. What happened after that? He started playing he started becoming a young Pied Piper for the king, and the king used to describe his music as a best melodious tune that he has ever heard. And it's like water softly hitting the rocks, and the music that it makes melodious to the ears. That's how the king used to describe his music. He used to go regale everybody in the court with his music from the flute. Even the princess, even the court members, even the ministers, even the common folk. Now, after doing this, he used to sleep whichever place that he used to get in the king's court. Now, at those times, wherever you get placed as a young orphan, you had to sleep, and he used to do that. This went on for years until that one day arrived, that fateful day that was going to change the course of his life forever. Now what happened on that day was, the king's court had a wizard who was visiting by, and he was a very wise wizard. He was not the sorcerer wizard. He was a wise wizard. He was a helpful wizard. He was a good wizard. Okay? There is no magic in him. There is no magic in him. I'm telling you, there is no magic in him. Understood? So the wizard looked at him and he said, I found you. The scrolls of music are waiting for you. He says, what? You found me? Well, I'm here. I've not gone anywhere. And what do you mean, wizard? What is the scrolls of music that you're speaking about? Then the wizard tells him that when the wizard was learning the art of magic in the mountains, there was an old man who was his teacher, and what he did was he told the wise wizard that one day would arrive where the scrolls of music will be played by the Pied Piper through his magic of breath, and that would enchant all of the creatures of earth. Humans, animals, birds, mammals, does not matter, but that person needs to learn the scroll of music, and these are the scrolls of music. So the wise wizard looks at the old man and he says, but old man, how would I know whom to give this to? He says, one day when you hear the tune, the melodious tune, you will know. And that day arrived, and you, my friend, are that Pied Piper, and the scrolls of music are waiting for you. Just you, nobody else, just you. You are the chosen one. You are the Matrix. You are Neo for this. So he says, whoa, sounds deep. So they both go. And they open the scrolls of music, and they see that there is a different tune for every living creature that is there in the earth, but it is very complicated. It's the most complex tune that the Pied Piper ever saw. Even the music teachers could not determine that music, how to even go about it, because it was faded away, because it was that old. But the wizard and the young Shafir, the young Pied Piper, did not lose hope, and they both worked day in and day out. Everybody in the king's court knew, and they used to make fun of him and the wise wizard, especially the princess. So the training went on for months, and the princess used to taunt that this is the most disgusting music that ever I could hear. For fun, not seriously, because the princess liked Shafir. So Shafir learned how much ever he could. He played. After even learning, he played the music, but nothing happened. So Shafir said to the wise wizard, it's not happening, wise wizard. That time the princess is walking by. Wise wizard said, you just need to let go and just unlayer yourself. It's more about unlearning than learning to achieve this frequency, to play the flute to that level. Princess taunts again by saying, let me hear you play, Pied Piper. That was the first time that he was ever called the Pied Piper. He played, and Princess, listening to it, says, I don't know about humans, but rats would definitely come to that tune. Lord, behold, the rats came running behind the piper and the wizard, and they all three just screamed and scuttled out. The wise wizard said, it's happening, you just found the tune, the magic of breath for rats. It happened. Now there is a tune for every little creature that is there. And on that day, the Pied Piper, the young Shafir, the young Pied Piper, took the crowning of being the actual Pied Piper, and he learned how much ever he could, and he set out on a journey through his travel to see how he can contribute to the universe. And after a few decades, he ended up in the town of Hamlin in Brunswick, where you all know the story of the Pied Piper. And this has been episode 22, and the title has been The Young Pied Piper. The takeaway from the story: find your passion and do it in the best way you can, learning and unlearning, and go about it with every ounce of breath you have. And I am going to be following that. I'm going to be giving in the effort of breathing as long as I breathe. I'm going to be putting in actions as long as I breathe. And on that note, this has been Swalpa Jasti's lockdown, bedtime, quarantine in our stories. And this has been season 1, episode 22. The story was of the young Pied Piper. And till the next episode, don't worry, that was the board. Till the next episode, I will be John Cena, and I'm really happy telling you all these stories. See you. Bye bye.